Hello traders and welcome to NOFT's weekly trade highlight. In a moment, you'll see us recreate one of the best trades of the week with NOFT's order flow and market profiling tools along with detailed trade commentary with NOFT Trade Tactics. Our weekly trade highlight is brought to you by one of our own NOFT traders who, in between assisting traders in taking the next step in their careers, provides weekly and daily guidance in our live trading room every single day. Before we get into this week's highlighted trade, we need to remind you that trading does carry significant risk, and all information in this video is just provided for educational purposes only and is not an offer or recommendation to trade futures, stocks, options, or forex. From everyone here at NOFT, good hunting out there and happy trading. Alright, for this week we're going to go ahead and highlight the trade in the ES on February 20th at 11 o'clock. I went ahead and highlighted exactly what we're going to be looking for. This is the 11 o'clock low. Right before 11 o'clock, around 10:30. So if you want to follow along, it's February 20th at 10:30. This low right through here in this move, we're going to go ahead and highlight here. Also, here it is on a longer term with our volume profile. This is our volume at price. It's always giving us a reference to value, and our static order size profile that gives us volume profiles on a day-to-day basis. This is our volume composite that gives us volume analysis or volume high volume nodes, low volume nodes over a longer time period. But so on this chart here, again, that's highlighting it February 20th around 10:30 to 11 o'clock. And let's go ahead and jump into order flow here. So as you can see, had a kind of a choppy run overnight, and then after the market opened, had a little bit of a sell-off here. But we came right down and right down to one of our trainer levels here. So our trainer level, this blue line here, this VRL, this is these are levels picked out and stalked by our head trader. They'll go ahead and highlight these levels, and as soon as he makes, if it's a tick adjustment within seconds or a minute, you'll see this level adjust on your chart too. So these are fairly static, but they will change from time to time based on volume analysis, but they're fairly static for the most part. But these, if you ever want to know where exactly your trainers are trading at, look to these trainer levels and it'll tell you exactly what levels we're looking at. So it came right down to this level, it ticked off of it, and what you can see right away is as we're coming into this level, you can see these red numbers throughout here. You see a block of 4 red numbers here. These are called sell imbalances, or when aggressive sellers really come in. You can see 182 to 4, 163 to 1, 270 to 5. You have to read it a little at a diagonal here. And you see that just like in the Super Dom, but you see a ton of selling coming in here. These are triggered and highlighted red when there's 300% or greater imbalance here in the market. Coming right into this trainer level here, you see some sequential decline here where orders are coming out of the sell side here. See, again, you have this green block that's highlighted indicating that sequential decline where you want to see sellers getting less aggressive here at the bottom of the market. You also see this gray area right through here. And let me go ahead and turn off the block here and just highlight the COT. So the COT is the highest volume point in the candle here. So when this is towards the bottom or the bottom third of a red candle, this is indicating responsive buying. And you can see that sellers are in control of this market, but once it gets towards the bottom, this is responsive buying here. Not only that is you're having orders coming out of the sell side here, and you're actually having orders coming into the buy side, and you actually have a little imbalance right here, just 54 orders, but the COT placement at a VRL, if you look at our volume at price here on the side, we are also below value. So you have all the conditions for reversion trade here. And so if you hangs out here at the bottom for a little bit, it's a 3-minute chart, you go ahead and execute your order. You can do it on the close, or you can park it right towards here, towards the bottom. So you're long through here, and as you're going into this trade, one of the reasons I want to highlight this one is you got a pretty quick response on this one, but you also, it's fairly easy to manage, at least for this first leg up. You had a lot of buying taking place. You can see the delta shifted dramatically. The delta is adds up all the orders here within the candle. These are executed orders. All right, these are executed orders here in the market. It adds up all the orders here in the market and gives you a positive delta saying this candle is being won by 761 buy orders, whereas this candle is being won by the sellers at 718 orders. So we see this dramatic shift here, and you see this buying balances. You see a buying balance through here. The COT is positioned properly, and you're off. And you get to this next candle here, and you can see that once we're getting into the middle of this value area, we have what you call a POC, or the point of control. The point of control is the highest volume price on the day, or the fairest price of the day. It's where the most volume is taking place, and it can act as an intraday support resistance here in the market. And here it worked beautifully. So as we're getting into this level, you can already see that the buyers are starting to come out. You have this red block here indicating that as price is moving up, buyers are coming out. Got a little sell imbalance right here. You even have a COT placement here indicating that this is turning into responsive selling. It gets towards the POC. Once again, you have the COT in the top third of the bar. You have this red block indicating buyers are coming out, and you're seeing responsive selling here once again. You finally get into that POC, or into that the highest volume point on the day. You don't see quite that sequential decline. You had that context here, but you see that COT position nicely, and you start to roll over here. So a few of our traders had nerves of steel, and were able to follow this trade all the way up until we started having exhaustion bars here. And exhaustion bars are when there's an overwhelming amount of buying in this case. And when you have this overwhelming amount of buying where they're coming in with so much volume, that volume is hard to maintain. So you get this exhaustive type scenario here. So it's indicated by these two bars right here at the top of the candle. And you see an exhaustion bar here and one more here. We get right towards the top of value, and you start to have a rotation here. Now, for the rest of the day, you can see how this trade went higher and could have squeezed quite a few ticks out of this trade. But this one was a really nice trade, because even if you held on to this, you had another signal to buy down here. You had sellers coming out of this trade. You had buying balance coming in, responsive buying towards the bottom of this market. You have a higher low. You're right at the edge of value here, and you can see it moving up towards the top of value. So typically we trade outside of value. So in these blue areas, right? Let's go and back up here. This blue area here, this blue area here, these are the zones that we're always looking to trade into. We go ahead and match that with order flow, because we want to see buy in at the bottom of the market. We want to see buyers getting aggressive, sellers getting less aggressive. And towards the top of the market, we want to see sellers getting more aggressive and buyers getting less aggressive. And this is exactly what we see here in this trade. So this is a great trade of the week. You're able to make quite a few ticks off of this trade. And if you had nerves of steel to take this leave some of these ticks on the table, you were definitely rewarded pretty handsomely on this trade, as you were able to squeeze at least 2 to 3, maybe even 4 R out of this trade as it went higher. So I hope you enjoyed that trade of the week. Please visit us at www.noft-traders.com, and until next week, good hunting out there and happy trading.